Hello everybody, welcome aboard Trans World Airlines DC-4 service from Hong Kong Kai Tak Airport to Haiphong in Vietnam. First things first, need some lights. They made lights. These be the lights. Nav on. Instrument panel, that would be a good thing to turn on as well. Let's turn on some landing lights as well, because we're going to need those. Here we go. No smoking, and fasten your seatbelts, please. Let's get our de-icers on just for right now. Alright. That's radio. I will use this, because I feel like it. We're flying a direct GPS route. We are doing IFR. It was a disaster last time, but we're going to try. We'll fly at 10,000 feet, which I'm going to have to use the old school autopilot, which is right here, the pitch control and the heading reference. So I flip on the heading reference and pitch control, and then I can control it that way. In fact, here's a better look at what you do. You flip this sucker on, you run pitch control and heading this way. VX traffic. Screw it, there's nobody here. Fine, we'll just do it properly. Never mind. Technically, this airport is closed, so when you do bring your aircraft in, all you choose is active runway. I actually had to taxi the aircraft down here to this end of the runway because it originally was not at the end of the runway. All right, engines look good. Yep, all engine power looks good. Let's you boys clear back there. They're clear, we're clear. You guys buckled up? I hope you're buckled up. You better be buckled up, because wowzer, I'm a terrible pilot. We all know this. Okay, we're gonna run this beautiful DC-4. Now fly down to Vietnam aboard her. I spent an inordinate amount of time deciding which livery DC-4 I was going to fly. Usually it's a very easy selection. It's like, oh, I've got one or two aircraft of that livery. No, this time I had too many. All right. Let's take to the skies in our Douglas DC-4. RPM's up, manifold pressure good. Here we go. 40 knots. We should have the fuel for this flight, I hope. I'm kidding, we have the fuel for the flight. It's a 500 nautical mile flight. We'll be fine. Passing 60 knots. 80 knots. We should be able to just about break ground right about, no, not so much. I'm not a gibbon. Whoa, let's not go off the runway. It really doesn't matter. We'll be in the air in a moment. There we go. We're in the air. Retract those gears. That's got to be a sight to behold. There's Hong Kong. Over there, a big TWA piston pounder. So the mountains are going to make this a little bit interesting. We're actually going to kind of go left here, I think. Actually, you know what? For safety's sake, we're going to go out the harbor. And then we'll think about looping around. Big old piston pounder. Superchargers on those. Or are they turbos? They're probably running turbos on that. Oh, look at the sunrise. Alright, so we're going to aim for 10,000 feet of elevation eventually. It's going to be a long climb. About the time we get to 10,000 is about the time that the plane is going to have to descend, but whatever. We got a little porthole. Oh, portholes. Do I have a porthole over here? Nope, I've got a comm library. Comm library? Yes. Whatevs. Whatevs. I do like the look of these old planes. So much, you know, every single old plane, you can tell. When you walk up to a Connie, you know a Connie. You walk up to a DC-4, you know the DC-4. I mean, you might have trouble with the 4 versus the 6 because they are relatively similar. A Boeing 247, you're never going to miss a 247. A Strato Cruiser. Nowadays, it's like, is that a 767 or is that a A330? You should know the difference because one has winglets, one has the little wing fences, and but that's not the point. The point is the planes today just bore the crap out of me. There's Hong Kong. Look at that. That's got to be an expensive skyline. I think it's one of the most expensive places in the world after, like, London. Because I think London still has the most expensive place in the world. Alright, we're going to tune to Hong Kong approach. Yo, Hong Kong approach, TWA 1946, climbing 2300 for 10,000. Wow. So we got some stuff up here. Turn right, 2905, climb and maintain. All right. Don't make me turn too much. It causes me to reduce my climb speed. I'm not a jet. So we'll have quite the flight ahead of us, I think. It says it's going to take us 3 hours to get there. It will not take us 3 hours because I'm not going to stand for that. We're going to put on super speed once we get this plane up near 10,000. Watch my airspeed here because I think these clouds are wind direction wise. They're going to be shoving us around a bit. Once we get up at a decent altitude, though, we should be okay. What were we at? 2300. Yeah, we got a long climb ahead of us. Our piston pounder. Oop, there's Hong Kong down there. Hey, Hong Kong. Look at Hong Kong. Wow. I haven't been to Hong Kong yet. Don't know if I ever will get there. Don't have a huge interest in the Asian culture. I do to some degree. Not a huge one, though. Especially given the price of getting over there. Oofta. Can I resume on navigation, please? Air traffic control. Thank you. Okay. Now we're going to try to put on the autopilot. Okay. Now, so first thing we got to do, let's go back. We're looking for 260 or thereabouts. Let's go with 264 on. So she's going to take over. Now I'm going to give this thing an up pitch. So we're at 8-degree up pitch. So then all I got to do is control my autopilot pitch reference, and that'll control the aircraft. Because we are climbing for 10,000. What are we at right now? Can you tell me? 5,600. Okay. I saw it flash in like a split second. Alright, so then I can just kind of use this to slowly weasel our way over to the proper heading reference. And then as we approach 10,000, we can pull this guy down to something a little bit less. Whatever. What was I going to do? Oh, I was going to check. Oil temp, carb temp. Pressures are all good. Cylinder temperatures appear okay. Now let's go over here. I think for right now we're going to get rid of the landing lights. And close to go. Cowl flap. 0 degrees. Okay, they're fine then. You guys can get up and wander around. And I'm going to turn off. Yeah, I think I can get away with turning off my de-ice. Should give me a little bit more power. And now we just cruise. We are now in cruise stage, basically. And it's just a matter of gentle alterations to flight. The heading reference versus the heading indicator. So what I can do is I can use this when the airplane settles itself back down. So if I change the heading indicator, I'm changing the reference position. And I should have done that while I was on the ground, but I didn't because I'm a given. So it says we're at 260, but GPS says we're at 268. So if I increase this, yep. Okay, so that should get us better aligned. It'll get us closer to matching the GPS. Actually, it'll get us spot on because I'm awesome like that. Whoo, boy. All right, we are 8,300, so we still have a little ways to go. I don't particularly like flying through those clouds, but we're going to do it. All right, let's unhide the menu bar. Run ourselves up to, do we want to go 4 times? Let's try 4 times, 8 times, 4 times, 8 times. Actually, let's do neither until we're at 10,000. Yeah, we just crossed through 9,000. So I'm going to start pitching her down here pretty soon. Granted, we have a 3-hour flight ahead of us. At 143 knots of ground speed right now. We'll get a lot more here in a bit because we'll be able to start pushing the plane down. Get her to start going down here. So now the real difficult thing is dealing with this because it's never exact. It's in percentages. So every time I've used this, it's always been a struggle. 125.8. Thank you. I need to deal with this first. Why are you not? Okay, there we go. Down! Down, plane, down! And are we going to level? Or are we going to go under? We're okay-ish. Not really. Tunic Hong Kong Center. Hey, what's up, Hong Kong Center? We're at 9,900. Okay, 3 degrees up. Let's keep moving her down. Make sure that we're at the... Yep, okay, we need to get this plane under control here. Come on, baby. You want to plane out for me? Ha, plane out. Get it? Yeah. It's funny. It's a plane joke, right? Come on. Down a little bit more. There we go. That's looking good, right? Well, no, that's still... Come on. A little bit of a knot going up would be great. Suction gauge, 5.2. Good. Alright, so now we can bring the engines off full power. Why are you still going up? Stop it. Have to give it some negative to get back before we get yelled at by air traffic control. Off that way, so let's fix that. Alright, cool. Alright, now we can speed this show up. This is so gonna be a bad idea. Go down. So now it's just a matter of little tweaks just to keep the plane flying in the position we want it to fly in. And this is what it becomes for this particular aircraft, because I've done many flights in the DC-4, is whoa, slow the roll there, plane. I want to go right there. Yeah, acknowledge. Bugger off. Alright, now we need to go up a little bit. So we're now going down. Gotta watch the airspeed. You gotta watch your GPS to make sure that you don't deviate too far from track. You gotta watch this because the plane will not keep level. You're actually gonna have to fight it up and down the entire time. It's a thing. It's a thing flying these planes. It's a thing. But we should be able to, you know, boogie. I mean, at 184 knots of ground speed right now. We're good. We're good. We're good. Probably need a little bit of climb so I can have some wiggle room. Nice. So we'll just rock along here to Haiphong, third largest city in Vietnam. It's North Vietnam's most important seaport, heavily bombed by the United States military because it was North Vietnam's most important and only seaport. So we bombed the crud out of it, and it's now making a comeback in various ways. Vietnam itself is making a comeback. Calpe Airport? What is the name of this airport? I'm sorry, I'm like... No, not Macau. That's the airport we're flying over right now. Thanks a lot. VVCI, Victor Victor Charlie Indigo. They would have landed at Victor Victor Charlie Delta, but I don't think that's a real airport anymore. So I went and found Haiphong, and I'm like, okay, give me the Haiphong airport. And it gave me this airport, so that's the airport we're going to go to. Need to go, nope, the other direction. Cool. She's looking good. I mean, you really can't say much other than DC-4s, DC-6s, any of those planes, they just look beautiful. Not as beautiful as the Connie, but the Connie's in a class unto herself. These would have been the planes to get you around the world. Well, yeah, okay. It would have been a long flight around the world. These are the planes that would have gotten you to your destination right after World War II. Before the 707 showed up and ruined it all. I say ruined, but not really. Didn't really ruin it, it just changed everything. Let's see here, how close are we? We are 350, well, 300 nautical miles away from Haiphong. We're still over southern China right now. Weather is not great. Weather is not great. Hopefully it'll clear up by the time we hit Vietnam. Because, well, a little bit easier landing these planes. I love prop liners. You guys know this. I love prop liners a heck of a lot more than I like the, was the wrong button? There we go. Then I like the jets, because they're just so much more forgiving. Like that landing at MD-88 in Hong Kong was just like, and it was stupid of me to choose old Hong Kong when I should have gone into new Hong Kong with that particular aircraft. But, you know, it happens. So we will go, yeah, we'll be landing in Haiphong with our TWA DC-4. And then we're going to make 2 more stops in Vietnam before we head over out of the Pacific and more into the Indian theater. Won't be too long before we're in India itself. And then we're going to make a lot of overland flights. We'll be in Europe relatively quickly. I am still considering jumping certain airports. So I already have removed anytime it says they made a fuel stop. What I've decided to do is when it says that they made a fuel stop, I will just skip that stop. So we might have multiple jet aircraft just because I know I'm going to need something with some more legs to make the longer flight. But let's see, let's hang out as a passenger. Oh, look at that. Flappy, 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 flappy. Ooh, look at the engine. Ooh, engine. Let's go back in the cockpit. Ah, goodness. Because there are a few times where it says they just made a fuel stop. And I was just like, yeah, but if I make that fuel stop, one, I'm not guaranteed because they were on floats at the time. I'm not guaranteed there's actually an airport there. Number one. Number two, modern aircraft I think can make the long jump. Obviously they can make the long jump. You can fly almost completely around the world non-stop anymore. Just about. I know it's an exaggeration. You don't need to comment that that was an exaggeration. So I'm going to skip any refueling stops, and I'm still considering jumping and landing at every other airport that they landed at just to accelerate our flights. I don't know. We'll see. We'll have to see. What is we? Oh, I've actually managed to trim the aircraft mostly correct. That's cool. You know, I'm kind of concerned. I'm going to flip on the overhead. I'm going to flip on the de-icers again. I'd rather have them on and running and not have to worry about it than suddenly have an ice buildup problem. We got so many clouds here. Very cloudy, overcast, nasty looking day. Yuck. Yuck. It says we have 1 hour ETA. Of course, we're at 8 times speed, so nowhere near that. 192 nautical miles left on our flight. We are still over China, but not for much longer. We're going to be dropping down over the Gulf of Tonkin, I believe. Gulf of Tonkin here very shortly. Very short little hop there. And we'll be over land over Vietnam, but we're going to be basically skirting the coast the whole way. Yeah. Yep. Alright, what's... No, not Macau. Quit telling me Macau. Where am I going? VDCI. VCI. There we go. Cut B in Haiphong. That's the airport we want. Got B in Haiphong. 7,700 foot runway, concrete, full time. Tower is going to be at 118.5, no ILS, which doesn't really matter because we don't have ILS glide slopes on this plane. So there you go. Alright. Oh, we're apparently climbing when I don't want to climb. Go down. Whoa, what was that? Plane's jumping. Planes are jumping. Planes are jumping. Alright, we are feet wet. So there's water down there somewhere. Somewhere down there. Hello! I see water. I see land, I see water. I don't see London or France. Nope, I just see China. Vietnam is ahead of us. We are about 50 nautical miles. Well, no. 75 nautical. No. Oh, plane, stop what you're doing. About 50 nautical miles to crossing into Vietnamese airspace. It's a good thing. 122 nautical miles total to Haiphong. Again, could you imagine doing this in a plane that's going to go 100 miles an hour? We're booking compared to those guys. I mean, we're not quite double up on them because we're in a DC-4, but we're still booking compared to them. Woofda. Guangzhou Center has been very quiet. It's bothersome. Alright. What do you say we're at? You say we're at 6.2, but we are actually at 5.9. So 1, 2, 3. There. Now, you. 1, 2. No. No, that's right. Not really, but there. How are we doing at altitude? Altitude is good. Speed is good. Engines look good. Fuel is good. Look at that. We're not burning much in the way of fuel. We have plenty of engine oil. We are rocking and rolling. I mean, we're only burning 68 gallons an hour in our engines. Nothing. Why did we suddenly change so far in direction? Why are we tracking to 256? I need you to track to 259. Stop it, plane. Alright, I would expect to get a handoff here any moment as we are now crossing into Vietnam airspace. If we don't hear from them, we'll just blame it on our old radio. Oh, there it is. Hanoi, yes, I got it. 125.9. Ooh, we're getting some chop. Getting some chop. We are 69 nautical miles from destination. Okay, as we get closer, I'm going to have to slow our plane down here. Pause. 63 miles east, turn left heading 250, vector, visual runway 7. All right, so first thing, simulation rate, normal. Okay, we're back to this, which is normal. Okay, so now let's get rid of the menu bar. Turn left, 250, all right. Acknowledge. I can't see a bloody thing. I want to point that out. That is like nothing. Oh, I can see a little bit of sky. Little sky. Little sky. All right, we're at 250. We're at 20 miles. No, 20 minutes. 61 nautical miles from our destination. Cool. Runway 7. Runway 7. So you're going to have us fly back, flip around, and come back. Okay. If you annoy me, I'll just cancel you and do it myself. Wait a minute. Runway 7. Hold on. What are my options? 7 and 25. Why would you flip me around to go on runway 7? Well, I guess wind. Duh. Duh. All right. 20 minutes. No, we can speed this guy up. Let's go back to minimally. Let's go back to double speed for now. What's that? Oh, that's our rudder. Duh. That is some big, fluffy clouds. Looks kind of like a shark dog. Dog shark. It's a dog shark. Dog shark. Ah. That's what I saw. I saw a dog shark. I don't know what you saw, but I saw a dog shark. I deem it so. It's going to be interesting. If this weather stays, we're going to have some interesting landing experience here. Because Hong Kong wasn't uninteresting, was it? No, not at all. Let's go. Let's take the risk of 4 times speed. No English. I can't words. I words for a living. I can't words. Bouncy, 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 bouncy. This is the one downside of flying the prop liners, is the time. So it forces me into 8 times speed and stuff like that. Jets, I can usually get away with just double speeding them, or sometimes not even bothering with that. This time, though, there was none of that. 42 nautical miles. Looks like they're going to have me do a tight turnaround. That's going to be an interesting thing to do. All right. Why is it the ATC of this game just sucks so bad? People, the ATC of this game is terrible. It's terrible, I tell you, terrible. Ooh, bouncies. Here we go. Fly by or slowly pan towards the plane. Still a beautiful plane. I saw land down there. I saw it. Yay, look. Still a pretty plane. Alright, what is the outside air temp? I wonder. Outside air temp is 0 Celsius. So I'm not going to bother to turn off my anti-icers quite yet. Oh! Change in the weather. Things are looking better. Things are looking better. Alright, why are we at 252? I want to be at 250. And plane, why are you climbing? Stop it. Stop it more. Go down. Alright, so yeah, we're definitely going to be doing a loop here. So they're going to have us go around and back. Flippy. Flippy. So I'm betting we're going to go around and then come down that, and that's fine. I should have known that. I was looking at a high altitude and low altitude airway flight, and the way that they had us routed was just insane. So I took the direct GPS route because I was just like, yeah, this doesn't seem like the best routing. Now I know why. Oop, pause the whole thing so we can go back to normal speed. Alright, now let's drop our pitch down. Roll the engines back some. Okay, let's, oops, wrong overhead. Alright everybody, buckle up. Let's flip on some landing lights. Go. We're aiming for what again? 4,000. Burp. Thumpity, thumpity, thumpity of those big engines. It's just the sound of piston pounders that just get to you. You know, it gets into your blood. Sound of a piston pounder. Then you hear those sad jet airplanes and you're just like, yeah, they're okay, but they're just not the same. Plane, I don't know what you're doing, but stop it. I want you to go over here. Look at that. We didn't burn much fuel at all. What do we got in there? We got 62% in the left aux tanks, and we haven't even touched our mains. Yeah, we're doing good. Very nice. What is outside air temp? Above freezing. Looks like it. Looks like we're getting there. So let's go ahead and turn off our de-icers. Carb air temp, yeah, oil. Yeah, we'll just leave that. Cool. All right. We're drifting. We're drifting, people. We're drifting. Like continental drift. Only much, much faster than continental drift. There is no land down there. It's just clouds. It's a cloud world. It's Cloud Nation. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. I lied. We're gonna move our view a little bit forward so I can see out of this window a little bit better. Okay, I can sort of see land now. We have tunnel vision. Dun dun dun. 6,000 and dropping. Alright, 5,500 coming up. Cool beans. Okay, we're about 10 nautical miles from our target. We'll be flipping the plane around here shortly, I think. Now I think we'll be good. If I need to, I can slam the gas and we can boogie out of here. I think we'll be okay doing that. There's not a huge amount of power. I mean, we didn't have a lot of climb potential coming out of Hong Kong. But we've also burned off a little bit of fuel. Not a lot of fuel, mind you, but a little bit of fuel. Yeah, we should be okay to boogie out of here if we need to, assuming there's no hills on the backside of this airport. I didn't actually scope this airport like I used to. I've been negligent in airport scoping. Uh-oh. Should be about 4,000. Those engines back up. Come on, baby. Level back out. Like we had ya. There we go. Ish. We are at 3 degrees up. Okay. Plane, would you please behave yourself a little bit better? Really appreciate it. There we go. 4,000. Well, okay, 3,800 and whatever. We're close. Hey, air traffic control, you mind giving us a vector to the airport? Seriously? Seriously? Vectors to the airport. What you doing? Come on. Come on, air traffic control. Come on, air traffic control. You can do it. Give us the vector, air traffic control. Come on. We're 14 nautical miles away. We have flown past the airport. Come on. Give us a turnaround. Give us a turnaround. Where are we going? Right. You're at bearing 032. We're flying 249er. Yeah, that's great. I honestly don't give a rear. Okay. There we go. Acknowledge. Idiots. Yep, acknowledge. Alright. That's off. I'm flying. I've got control. You should all be scared now. 350. Go 325. All right, I've got all the important instruments. Yes. So I was checking to see, do I have all the instruments I really need to pay attention to? Yes, I do. Good. Level out. Try to trim her out myself. Gonna fail, but we're gonna try anyway. Air traffic control, why did you fly me this far? I need a prop liner. My goodness, I could have made this turn like years ago. Turn me in now. I see the runway. Give me the turn in. Ugh. Air traffic control. A bunch of gibbons. Descend and maintain 2000. All right. Send into the milky pea soup looking. Whoa, that's fog. Hello, fog. How are you doing today? Holy moly. All right, cool. We don't have an alternate, by the way. This will be fun. Maybe we'll get underneath it. Maybe it's just, you know, up to like, maybe it's just down to like a, I don't know, 3,000 here, and when we cross 3,000, it'll clear off. That'd be good. That'd be a thing I'd be happy about. 2,500, that would be good too. There's 3,000. 045. Okay. Zero 045. Okay. I see where you're sending me. 14 nautical miles out from airport. No visual on the airport. Or the ground. Oh wait, nope. I got visual on the ground. I got ground visual. I've got ground visual. Okay, we have ground visual. Sorta. It keeps fading in and out on me, so we have to be careful. Alright, there's 045. So we can keep her calm here until we get another direction. 13 nautical miles out. There is ground. So when we make as we continue our descent, I think we'll be in the clear. I don't know how far we're going to see the airport from, though. That's going to be a concern. Does she have PAPI lights? Does she have all of her lights on because of the bad weather? What's the dealio? We call ahead and find out. Hey, co-pilot, communications officer, somebody find out for me. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. Okay, 11 nautical miles. We can do this. Give me the final vector. Give me the final vector. Oh, air traffic control, I will kill you. Come on. All right, here we go. I see the lineup line moving on my GPS, so I should be getting. There we go. Okay. Knowledge. Oops. Oh, it's the wrong way. I was looking at one thing. Alright, co-pilot, call out if you see the runway. Really use you calling out really soon, co-pilot. Alright, we're going to start a descent pattern. Go ahead and get some flaps out. Let's drop the engines. We're gonna cheat. Oh wow, even in cheat mode I don't see the wow. No! Bite me! I'm not gonna climb again. Acknowledge. Lies. Thank you. Acknowledge. Okay, tower, what's up? I can't see the runway for crap. I don't see anything out there. Don't see the runway, don't see the run. Do you guys see the runway? I don't see anything. I think it's going to show up here in a moment. And I think I'm off course just slightly. Alright, cool. I gotta find the runway and I'll land on it. Because I don't see it. Let's go ahead and ask for these gears out. Boy, this is going to be interesting. Alright, we got full flap. Get some engine power to try to stabilize us. Okay. Might be a little bit heavy here. Okay, there's got to be a runway here somewhere, guys. All the haze. Is that the runway? Is that the run? Nope, that's a building. Oh my goodness. I'm completely I don't see a runway anywhere. Guys, flash your lights, something. Where in the world? Do they even see me? They do. So I'm somewhere close. Oh, there it is. Sugar. Alright, here we go. This is insane, but you know what? It's a DC-6. I think we can manage. I never saw those lights, but I was also looking in the completely wrong spot. Alright, so it's 7,000 feet of runway. I think we can make 7,000 feet of runway work for us here. It's not like this plane is a jet. I am not executing a full go round because ILS go rounds in this game are ridiculous. Oh, look at that. Alright, baby. Now we just need to get you down on the ground. She's a floater. Look at that. Oh, it's pretty. Let's get back in the plane before I kill everybody. Look at that. That was landing right there, guys. Ah. Oh my goodness. Ooh, we made it to Takeoff Airport here in Haiphong. I see no place to park, so it looks like we're gonna have to park on the runway. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Turn next taxiway. What taxiway, you gibbons? Contact ground. Oh my goodness. Yeah, sure. I want to see where it's going to try to take us. Oh, just taxi for takeoff. Alright, screw that. Let's park our plane right there. Put the brakes on. Oh, she's pretty. Let's shut her down. Turn those off, turn those off. Turn those off. Engine primer. Starter. Starter. How do I turn off? Nope, I actually want the battery for right now. Oh. Duh. Where's my throttle quadrant? Do I seriously don't have a throttle quadrant? Nope. Okay. That's how you do it then. Feather, feather, feather. Turn off the jennies. Open the door. Flip off the battery too. We made it. We made it. Woo! We are in Vietnam and Haiphong. I'm gonna go have some good Vietnamese food. All right, next time we fly to Da Nang. Till then, I hope you enjoyed your TWA DC-4 service from Hong Kong to Haiphong. Thank you, and please come again.